This life ain't good enough for me.
Sing it, girl.
My world, lift me up. I can change my life. The matter suit your mood. 'Cause I'm so smooth. Just like the ocean under the moon. Emotion that I from you. You. Heart, make it real or else forget about it. We got to start the show soon or I'm just going to get worse.
Yeah, we need to get going. Are we ready to go? You guys ready? Want to do that?
No, I've been ready.
All right. 3.
Oh, what? No, I'm
2.
not that ready. Calm down.
You're not. So what level already are you?
I'm like
0.7.
The music hasn't been paused yet.
No, I turned the music off. I got to get
just ready. Like the ocean under the sea. All right.
Let's roll.
Let's do this.
What are you waiting for? Can't hear it.
I'm all drums over here.
Hello, I'm doing the Elaine.
Another Woodshop podcast with Mike Coffey.
I'm all winded now.
I can't hear the intro because you're having a seizure.
Moving it around too much.
You can find us all as well as the podcast on Instagram and YouTube.
Welcome to episode 41 of another Woodshop podcast, where we want to wish everyone a happy, healthy, and profitable cutting board season. What's going on, boys?
That's your intro?
Yeah, why not?
You want
to
cutting
board season? It's
all right.
Happy cutting board day.
All righty.
Dan looks bummed out about whatever just happened. I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know, but he seems bummed. I'm going to play it again. Let's go.
Dan, what's on your bench?
Okay. Nope. Wrong time.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, you want to complain about cutting boards?
No, let's keep going.
Before we get to that, why don't we talk about Mike?
I need to close my
else.
Text chat. Hold on.
Well, I'm going to talk. Close that out.
Yep.
Something's staring at me.
Close your only Dan's.
The only Dan's. This episode has a sponsor, and that sponsor is StickerBeat. Is that correct? Yes, they said. No, thank you to StickerBeat for supporting the show and supporting the community and offering a great product that is stickers. We really appreciate them supporting us and supporting the podcast and the show and the community and everything they do out there. So they got really great stickers. They last for a long time, and you can use them for a lot of different things other than just sticker swaps too. You can use them for your mailings, your packages out to customers, and you can use it for all kinds of marketing stuff. So highly recommend them. And they've given all of us a 20% off coupon. Dan looks like he wants to say something. Dan,
I do. They had a really great promo going on this week.
Yes,
where they were giving back to charity.
Yep.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah. Use
no
code,
follow up.
Yeah.
Just that.
If you want to use code FOOD, you get 25% off, and the proceeds go to Feeding America. So
that's right.
Really, really cool. This
Thank
week,
you,
do not use our codes. Use code FOOD for 25.
If for some reason you don't want to help feed people,
yeah,
use our codes.
Yeah.
But if you do, you should definitely use
this one.
Code FOOD. Because
use code FOOD to get 25% off.
Right.
All proceeds go to Feeding America, like Pete said.
I don't know that all proceeds, but some proceeds go to Feeding America.
No,
I don't think they're
all
going to
proceeds.
Really?
All proceeds go to.
That's incredible.
So the other 75%.
Don't use our codes. For sure, Pete was right. Don't use our codes. Use the food one, because if all the proceeds are going to that, that's incredible. That's really incredible.
And Sunday, December 20th.
December 20th.
That's when the show airs. So we probably shouldn't be talking about this in the ad read.
But definitely help them out. It's going to a great charity. A lot of people are relying on it. This is a waste of
time. So definitely use code DDWW pTree or Coffey.
Hey, Mike, who are our most generous people that listen to the show? Our patrons. And guess when they
rich people.
And they get the show on Saturday. So hopefully they'll.
That's true. Yeah. That's hilarious. Wow. That was really cool. Anyway, if you are listening to this before Sunday, the 21st. Nope, the 20th.
20th.
Wait, what is it? Yeah, the 20th. Then you should use the code FOOD. But if you're
Actually,
not,
December 20th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
so that's
So you
actually you got 4 hours if you're a diehard and you're going to download and listen right away.
Yes.
Use code food and you need stickers. It's a very specific group of people, but if not, if you could use code food, that'd be great. This is a really long ad read, but this is pretty funny. So if you're past that timeline, then use DDWW, pTrees, or Coffey, and you can get 20% off. Pete, you got something to say? I think usually I throw it to you after such a smooth ad read.
Yeah, I guess.
Thank you, StickerBeat. Go ahead, Pete.
So back to StickerBeat. But no, but you know what? Any company that does something like this, that's cool. I gotta say. So definitely support him either way, because even beyond this, that's pretty freaking cool. Who else is cool? You ask? You guys ask, right?
I didn't ask that.
I was asking.
Asking appreciate.
I was asking.
You asked and appreciate. Our patrons. Our patrons are phenomenal. We love them. They're so supportive. They hang out with us every single week in the pre-show, which you guys should join us in, which was one of the things that came from our patrons. So originally it was a patron-only show that they wanted to open up to everyone, and as did we. And if you want to continue to support the show,
is that how that went down?
Help us grow. Yeah, that's how it went down. That's how history is written by the victors.
What? Okay, Dwight Schrute, calm down.
What is going on? Hey Siri, stop. Heavy metal just started playing.
What?
I don't know how.
Sure.
Because you said history, and it thought you said, "Hey Siri,
play Metallica."
Play Metallica, Enter Sandman. It's a very easy thing to misconstrue.
Soft open.
Oh my God, mine's playing it.
We just set off everyone's. We just set
off everyone's devices.
Everyone's devices are going nuts now.
You're welcome, Metallica, for all the plays.
They'll sue us.
Yeah, don't
Remember
sue us.
They sued Napster. We don't want to go there.
Hyper relevant.
And
Hey, I'd like to thank a new patron.
Wait, before you do that, wait, I have one last thing to say. Sorry, just this is patron related.
Hey, Alexa.
No, wait, stop it. That's my thing. Alexa, play Rickroll. Okay, Google, play Rickroll. Okay, go.
Jeez.
Was that it?
Going downhill fast.
One patron?
Man, we're like 4 minutes into this thing. And it
Do
is
you want to start over?
Fire.
Should we start all the way?
I'm going to play the song.
Welcome.
No, hey, we wanted to thank, we got a new patron this week, Thomas Gochevich. Pete,
Thomas G
from Thomas Custom Woodworks.
Yeah, don't
Did I nail that? Okay. Big thank you to Thomas for hopping on the
Thomas is a cool guy.
He's a cool guy. He's super nice. He does a lot of shout outs. We really appreciate him very much. So big thank you to him for joining the patron family and supporting us. We really appreciate that very much.
Thanks, Thomas.
Say that again.
Gojkovic.
I don't believe you.
My people.
This. I mean, let's jump to what's on my bench.
Do you want to know about
Say
your
that
bench
again?
or one of our benches?
I said, what's on my bench? And I'm going to throw it to Dan because he looks indignant. That's a word I just learned on my calendar.
You're going to make me look that up right now?
No.
Jeez, can you spell that for me?
It's my word of the day calendar.
Sentence.
Dan looks befuddled. Huh?
Last week's was done.
Oof. I got nothing. So I've been swimming in cutting boards lately.
Oh, I thought you were
It's the season. As Pete said in the opening line.
Oh, and I got a dirty look. Okay, cool.
Cutting board season. I made one and it has snowballed into, I feel like I'm 25 or 30 cutting boards in.
It's crazy.
Crazy. But I'm not complaining.
I just bought my third house because of cutting boards.
I bought a chateau in the Malibu.
Chateau in Malibu?
They don't have chateaus there?
Don't judge me.
You don't know me.
Yeah, I got a cabin in Manhattan.
Soho. Yeah, so I've been making cutting boards galore, it feels like. But after Christmas, it is ramping back up, and I'm going to start doing, like I said in my stories today, real projects.
Yikes.
I know, right? I'm getting a lot of hate for that. That's all right. Bring it.
Dunlap can handle it.
Sorta.
He won't block you.
I got thickish skin.
Thickish. 3 out of 10.
It's just been cutting boards from now until daybreak. I got a bunch of scraps and like offcuts and stuff that I need to use, and instead of burning them, it just seems like good financial sense to turn them into something that people are going to pay for, right?
Makes sense to me.
So
Girl robots.
I've been doing that. Other than that, not a whole lot's going on.
Oh, that's a quick what's on my bench for Dunlap.
No, I'm not done yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
We're going to move from what's on my bench to what's on my counter. I made my own board.
That's not a bit.
You can't go inside the house. No, that's garage only.
Well,
unless you're going to sing what's on my counter, we can't do this bit.
What's on my counter?
Nailed it. Okay, go and do it.
So my countertop in the kitchen is like my indoor workbench. I made a whole bunch of my own DDWW board butter.
Gross, but keep going.
That's it. That's all I got.
Oh, okay.
It was really simple. Anyway, Pete, tell me about.
Could you not remember his name?
I hardly remember his name on a weekly basis.
Guy dude, bro.
Guy dude. Hey, you with top right square.
With the eyes.
With the eyes. With the eyes, with the face and the voice. So I've what's funny is I always write down like things I did this week because I have to do a recap in my brain. And the first sentence I wrote was,
you have to do a recap in your brain. Why are you writing it down?
It's because my brain goldfish. I wrote cutting boards galore.
Uh-oh.
See, yeah, it's breaking. Cutting boards galore, which is literally what you said. Yeah, that's been here as well. I've been just making boards and Odie's oiling them and selling them, and it's been good. Yeah, it's cutting board season. Like I said, it brings in the money. That and the bottle openers, that's been doing pretty well too. Had a bunch of inquiries about that, and yeah, things have been good. And I have been playing around with the laser like nonstop. Pew pew. I actually did a huge order, the 12, which turned into, as we were messaging the person to like verify names and everything, because each one was being customized with I was going to do it on a CNC. What a fool I was not going to get that done in time, was not going to make my money per hour for that. The laser makes it really freaking
5.
Oh, it's so good.
It's probably better if you spell the names right? Correct?
Yeah.
Corn
yeah.
tea.
Quarantine.
You see my stories yesterday?
Save it for your bench.
That's why I brought it up.
Tell us about it. Yeah, so that's been great. But what's actually been really great is about 2 boards in, Emma just completely took over and basically did the other.
She kicked you out of the shop, didn't she?
Basically, I just walked around and
She
drank
said,
beer.
"Get out of here."
M-Tree's wood shop or whatever.
Emma trees, yep.
Emma Tree.
pTrees. So she was just running a laser by herself. She was working in a light burn, setting up the fonts and sending it to the laser, and just she's doing all the work.
Hey.
She was over there like, hey, because she's a girl. So, hey. So
She's a girl?
Yeah. Fun fact: Jake was wrong.
You learned something.
That's a pre-show joke. So she was working on that. She's actually really excited about it, which is great because I love having her on board with a new tool, and that's like finally a tool that she's like actually excited about. Weird. She wasn't excited about a joiner. I don't know why.
I have a joke in there, but this is a
Dan and I are looking at each other like,
hey, stop it. Save it for the post.
She's an angel.
Show. So it's been great. I've been just playing nonstop with that thing, testing it out, kind of pushing it to its limits, seeing what I can cut, what I can't cut, what I can carve out. Making Mike cry because his lens was bad and mine wasn't. That was fun.
I guess we're doing what's on my bench.
Aside from that, what else did I do? Oh, we had a huge snowstorm this week. We got like
8 inches.
We got what they said, anywhere from 6 to 18 and more inches. So we got 8 inches.
So they weren't wrong.
So we got a full coffee.
Anywhere from negative 1 inches.
Full
coffee worth of snow.
Hey,
it was nice. It was like it was the infrastructure crippling enough snow where like everything shut down. Like everyone stayed home, schools were closed, everyone just hung out. But I work from home, which means I still have to work. It's kind of a lame snow day. Yeah, but I got some stuff done in the shop either way. So that's it. It's pretty much all lasers and cutting boards. That's all I did all week. What about you, Mike?
Quite a few cutting boards.
There's a running theme here.
I know it's
like I said in the intro, but
The
believe me.
cutting board podcast.
Another cutting board. Oh,
Another
how bad.
cutting board.
Oh man, that'd be terrible.
Ugh.
I was gonna make a joke. I won't make that joke. I also did a now playing like vinyl record holder. I had a guy who requested a custom design. I was like, I want to put some thought into this, and I made it a thing I can offer on my store regularly. So I like how it came out. I think it looked really good. I like the lines.
That was cool.
Thank you. And then I'm trying to think. Oh, I did a set of cutting boards for a friend of mine. He wanted some cutting boards for his children. All his children are of age, adults. They all live on their own and stuff. So they were all. It was like I negatively engraved a cow onto the cutting board, and instead of it having like the actual like prime rib, tenderloin, it said like yummy, and it was pretty silly. But anyway, it was pretty fun. But the one thing was exactly. You get me, Pete. Don't send texts while we're doing the show.
Completely derail the show.
No, that's 100% what I was gonna do.
I think we were all on the same page.
Okay, yeah, I don't think a text is needed there. We're we do a podcast together for a reason. But the
Get out of my brain.
yeah, landed. So I just did that bench, and the company that I made that bench for actually asked me to make another bench for another employee. So that's really exciting. I'm doing that again.
Are you going to make the same design, or are you going to try to?
They want the same exact design. They love that design, and they want. I know it looked terrible, and they still want another one.
Same terrible quote and everything.
They want the same terrible thing. No, they want a
pocket
different
holes
quote.
and all. They want pocket holes.
Yeah, they want pocket holes.
They specifically requested pocket holes.
They actually wanted me to do it out of pine and to stain it redwood this time. So it's gonna be
Get out of here.
no. It's gonna be the same exact. They're like, we want that same exact design. I guess they've got another employee retiring, another C-level employee. C-level executive or whatever, and they want me to make that for them again with a different engraving. So that's cool. And then I went down.
That's cool.
I went down to go to. I'm doing a coffee table for my CPA. I went down to go match. We're matching the base to the color. So the base is getting powder coated, and we're matching that color to the existing aluminum trim in the office currently, like all the door frames and stuff. So we're matching that brown color. Getting that done with. What's up?
Going back to the bench a little bit, how are you going to load that wood into your truck without me there?
The company's paying to fly you out.
I don't know. I might have to fly you out just to get it in my truck.
Okay, I'm down.
No, it's pretty light. I'm gonna go down there by myself this time. Turns out I don't need help with those because that redwood's pretty light stuff. So, totally derailed. Where am I at? Oh, went down to go get the color match done, send it off. I'm getting that done with Bidwell Wood. I'm doing the C channel from them, and I'm doing the base from them. I actually have a 10% off code if you buy a C channel from them, if anyone cares. But yeah, so they're
that's Bidwell
from them,
Wood Metal, right?
Bidwell Wood Company, I believe, Woodco, or
but they do metal.
Like it's
stuff,
great.
Right?
They do metal, yeah, but they actually do furniture themselves. They're actually, I mean, we're kind of each other's competition, but they do a lot of metal work and stuff. It's great. They do really great work too. Really great place. But their C channel is dope, like super good C channel, like really, really high quality stuff. Highly recommend. But yeah, so coming up, today I was after I got done with work, I framed in my attic ladder, which I'm really excited to get going in this loft and get kind of going up there and put my office up there and separating that from the house. So that's going. I'm gonna get a lot of that done tomorrow. My cousin's coming over. He didn't come over last week and he ended up getting sick, but he's coming over tomorrow. We got a lot of stuff on the docket for tomorrow to get done. So that's gonna be really cool. We got some slabs. I just actually invoiced a customer. They're coming to drop off some slabs on Tuesday to get flattened and glue line ripped on my track saw. They have a couple slabs they want to turn into a table. I guess they're doing it themselves. I'm just going to be flattening and getting it glue line ripped with my track saw. And then, yeah, it's just been a lot of like catching up with holiday orders. I mean, a lot of it's been boards. I think I think everything's been boards really. Oh, I do have a growth, like you ever seen one of those big like rulers?
Yeah.
It's like a growth chart, you know, that you
Oh,
see.
Back in the day, yeah.
I'm
What?
sorry. You said I have a growth, and I was like, where's this going?
It's right here. Anyway, this is my last episode. No, I'm doing one of those growth chart rulers. Someone said, "Hey, can you make me one of those?" So I'm doing one of those and a cutting board for her. Cutting board, shocking. So, yeah, it's been just a lot of that. I mean, it's been a super busy like month, really. I mean, it's just been insane. I haven't seen this kind of business ever. It's really, really wonderful. So, and then I think that's really it for me. Is that everyone?
Actually, I want to go back. I did have a local woodworker show up at my shop 2 days ago, which would be Wednesday. And he brought over a big maple tabletop, and I helped him put a bow tie in it because it had a big crack in it, and he'd never done that. So he asked me if he could come over and I'd show him how. And I said, sure, bring me a 6-pack of beer. We'll knock it out. So that's what
Nice.
I did. So shout out to Dawson over at DCH Woodworks.
Nice.
That's it.
Cool. Well, we're moving right along here. This is going to be a quick one. We're only going to do 2 more minutes of the show.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, let me ask you guys, like, have you guys, like, I mean, we've all said we're busy, but like, this has been a really busy season.
Yeah.
Like, this is the busiest I think I've been.
I mean, this is year 2 for me on this season, but it's significantly busier than last season in terms of boards. I mean, I ended up doing a ton of clocks last year.
Mhm.
I did a lot of cutting boards. Like I kept having, but like this is way busier.
Like,
And
I think dialed back production. I feel I'm still busier, just the amount of inquiries. And
it's been busy. Like I think it's because everyone's home. I think it's because everyone's home with COVID. I mean, I think COVID is affecting so many things and how we're like handling gifts and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I think people are more, for some reason, I feel like people are more prone to buy small right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And spend money with small businesses.
Yeah.
So I think
a lot of my orders were, I'm sorry. A lot of my orders were like direct buys and direct ship to the person that was receiving the gift. So I had to include a message.
That's all of mine.
I noticed that a lot too. Yeah.
Every single one of mine is they buy from me, I ship it to them, and then they have me put anthrax in there. Just weird. No,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Enjoy this. No, it's the same thing.
Like snow.
It's me sending them a direct. It's exactly what you said. Yeah, it's so weird. I mean, it's great. I love it. I love doing it. I'm more than happy to do it. So
for sure.
But yeah, it's definitely been
very
busy.
cool.
Yeah. Good point, Pete. Good point. I don't know. You guys want to jump into questions or banter about some other stuff?
Questions.
Okay. Well,
I guess, yeah. Dance.
I've had enough bantering.
That's way too much, frankly. This next first question.
This next
is
sound.
From a gal named Adrienne.
Hey guys, it's Adrienne here from Hickory Homestead Creations, and my question for you is a very deep question. What's your goals for 2021?
Pete.
On the spot. My goals for 2021 is monetize the laser and monetize the CNC, because I've made money with both of them already. I just got the laser a week ago, but I haven't really like monetized them like I monetize my printers or anything else that I've done. Like, I don't want it to pay for itself. I want it to like pay dividends. And so I'm going to heavily lean into kind of like what Mike's been doing, which is like machines work for you. Like, I mean, I've already been doing it with the printing. I want to just keep doing it with the laser and
more than just a hobby.
Definitely more than just a hobby, but I want it to like really be like bringing in cash, because I rather the machines.
Gambling debts.
They're the worst. Did you know that if you owe a guy 10 grand and he breaks your legs, you still owe him 10 grand?
Fascinating.
Yeah.
New Jersey's weird, man.
New Jersey's so rough. Don't go to AC, guys, especially if you're young and in debt. College was expensive. Anyways, so what was I saying? Yeah, so my goal is to monetize. Monetizing my CNC, and the really big goal, which is kind of like shooting in the dark is have set up the perfect shop, finally get a nice layout down, but it's not going to be in the place we're at. We're already starting the home search. We're going to be looking to get a house, probably, really aggressively start searching March and try to be out of
Pete and
here
Emma
by
are
June.
buying a house in Omaha.
Yep, Omaha. Apparently, according to Dan's dream the other night, we moved in and I didn't tell him for 2 weeks, and he found out through the grapevine.
I'm still angry.
Found out we were in the
You ran into each other at Runza.
Yeah, we were in
What are you
line
doing
for
here?
Froyo at Menards. And
Ethnic sandwiches.
yep. So the big thing is going to be like actually establish the shop as like a thing, like a real thing. Because right now I very much feel like it's just a garage full of tools.
Well,
I
that's
don't really have
what it is.
Yeah, well, like I don't have like a great flow with it. I added some tools in there, and it's been great to have them there, but it's really thrown my whole layout for kind of a loop. So I'm looking forward to a new space and just starting fresh and just gutting it, starting from scratch, kind of how Mike did with the third bay, because he's got a 3-car garage. Everyone, it's nice. 4. Four. I'm
It's
sorry.
a double tandem.
Double
no
tandem.
big deal.
I get it.
I mean, it's really a 3-car.
But yeah, just kind of
Technically, I can't actually fit my truck in here.
That's nice.
Not anymore.
Very small.
With the
I mean, I
trailer.
couldn't before, anyways. It's a pretty small garage.
It'd be nice. Like I'm just looking forward to like starting from scratch, like bare walls, laying everything out, and figuring out what I want. So that's my big goals. What about you, Dan?
Well, my number one goal every year is to not die.
I like it.
That's a pretty good goal.
Aim low.
Number 2 goal is to make sure nobody else in my family dies. I like that.
Yeah.
But
to control.
You're always number 1. I like that. That's good. Look out for number 1.
If I can't control me, something, I don't know.
No idea where I'm going with this. Dunlap.
It just sounded bad as I kept going. But as far as my business goes, obviously I'd love to grow it and monetize several different areas. And I'm reaching the point where I feel like I might need a bigger space, which kind of hurts because, we just put in the dust collection and the piping, but man, I need a bigger space. It's crazy. I mean, it's great. It's a great problem to have. I'm not complaining.
Sounds like complaining.
But it's kind of it's a thing that needs to be recognized, and I might have to cross that bridge. We'll see. So I don't set goals. I just kind of go with the flow and see what happens. That's kind of the way I always am. So Mike, what about you?
Lots of goals for 2021. I'm not going to hit one of mine for 2020, which sucks, but for 2021, I mean, I want to go full-time very badly with my woodworking and content, like
I hope
very
your
badly.
boss doesn't listen to this show.
I want to
I do listen.
I really want God. I really want to I really would like to make content be my main source of income, but also do woodworking, but have an employee who does that side of it for me. That's a goal for me for 2021. Like I'd like to have like someone who I bring in who kind of runs the CNC to like knock out production items and really kind of does things for me, like not for me, but for the business, like the actual like stuff that gets sold to customers while I'm working on
1099 employee
content. No, like a full-time employee.
Oh, you want like a full-time?
Yeah, I want like I'd like an employee who like works for me to help, who does that, makes items and helps me with content. And content is my main thing. That's kind of my goal. That's my dream goal for 2021. Like between the podcast plays a big part of that too, because I mean the podcast is content, but I really am going to lean hard into the YouTube in 2021. Lean hard into the podcast, and obviously there's going to be a transitional period where I'm doing commission work and content, but I'd really like to have content be either my main or sole needed source of income, and woodworking projects that I sell to customers. That was kind of the idea behind getting the CNC and the laser. I like for those things to be able to be made for me with the machines so I can just sell them. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Right on.
Well, I guess I didn't realize we were going to keep doing this podcast in 2021.
Oh, me and Pete are for sure.
Yeah.
We were going to
All right.
announce that on next week's
that's
episode, but
that's a Christmas
if you could just,
episode,
we'll just put a little bow on that for right now.
Yeah.
Join us next week when on episode 42, Dan gets fired.
Fantastic.
No,
You technically don't get fired if your contract just runs out.
right, or
we
it's burned in a
fixed-
trash
We
can.
fixed the glitch. Fixed the glitch.
No,
Just put my Steve-
definitely. I mean, the podcast for all three of us is a big deal. It's big time stuff for us. So
Whether we want to or not,
Yes.
it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
which we want to.
Mike mentioned the podcast.
Really road
Pete
marriage.
and I did not, but I think that's a huge part of our 2021 plan. You know,
Well, I
as
mean,
long-
you guys didn't
as
mention
long
it.
as I get a comeback.
Honestly-
I mentioned it, so I think it's a bigger deal for me than you guys.
Clearly.
Obviously,
Well, to me,
I
it's
mean-
it's like such a given that like
oh my
yeah, I'm
god,
gonna continue.
that's the lamest out. I mean,
No,
it's
like,
just
but,
given. Of course, I love you. I don't have to say it.
No, not that. But I'm saying like the podcast, like we're obviously gonna keep doing a podcast. Like I'm obviously gonna keep doing Instagram. Like it's like I don't have to bring it up. It's not a goal. It's gonna keep growing and happening. And like we're gonna keep doing
It might
this.
not, but the goal is to grow it.
You know what?
So,
this
for sure.
this is the fight. This is the fight that we're gonna bring up in court.
I don't know what you're talking about. You Polish people are bizarre.
Bizarre. B-A-Z.
So B-I-Z. You know, you're Polish
No,
bizarre.
that's like a flea market. Bazaar.
No, the podcast. There's a lot of goals for 2021. Oh, yeah, I always got a lot of goals. I love hitting goals and stuff. But sometimes you don't hit all of them. I'm not gonna hit one of mine for 2020 this year, and I'm pretty bummed out about it. But it is what it
You'll
is.
be
Do you
okay.
want to tell us what it is? You've mentioned it twice.
Well, I wanted to hit 50K on Instagram. And it's just not gonna happen this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Dan. You shrug your shoulders, but that I set these goals. They're important to me.
Yeah.
So it's like
I try to hit 20 this year.
it's just- yeah.
I came short
Dan,
too.
I don't care about your goals.
Dan's old shoulders.
It's ultimately not a super important goal, but it
Did you
is.
see
a
my
goal
reel
I-
last night?
Shut up about that reel. We get it. It's doing
Oh,
okay.
God. Unbelievable. No, but it's not like a super important goal, but it's just a goal I'd set for myself. So I mean, it is one of those things. But yeah, there's a lot of goals for 2021. I mean, I really think 2020 has been a big year for me and Coffey Custom Builds. I think 2021 is going to be an even bigger year for me and Coffey Custom Builds. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the background and things I'm not going to talk about, but there's a lot of big things that are very public. Obviously, I'm just trying to grow my reach on social media platforms. So it's really important to me to do that. And it's really important that the podcast grows. And me and Pete and Dan are working on things to take this to the next level in terms of a business entity.
Yep.
And work on making this more professional. We want this thing to last. We want this thing to be a bit more solid so that it's not such an easy out. I think that's not like our reasoning, but if we have a more developed business plan, it's not so easy to be like, I think I'm going to be done. It's kind of like we have more of a responsibility to a thing we've created, and that's important to us. It holds us all accountable. So, and we're doing that with ourselves and our businesses, but it's just really important that 2021 is a huge year. Really important.
And
So
I think this is going to be a good year for a lot of people. Like Adrienne actually asked a good question. We were all proud of you, Adrienne, by the way. Very proud of you for the question. But it's 2021 is going to be, I think, a huge year for a lot of people. It is a goal-setting year. A lot of people call in here asking about starting a business or kind of going full-time and when's a good time. Guess what? Now, like all this stuff that's happening, it's not going away January 1st. It's going to keep going. People are going to keep, pushing small businesses. Everyone's kind of starting them up. You could say there's more competition, but there's also more people eager to do that and support small people and small businesses.
you got to stand out.
Got to stand out.
It's got to stand out.
This is the time to
Gotta stand
take a
out.
leap. Don't wait till January 1st. Start today. Start when, today's Sunday when you're listening to this, because you listen when it drops.
It's like one of those old sayings.
As we learned in the ad read.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that old saying, when's the best time to plant a tree?
Yeah.
Now and 20 years ago. When's
Yeah.
the best time to start doing this? Now and a couple months ago.
Yeah.
A year ago.
So set some
When should
goal-
I have a kid? Never.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Disposable income. That's the name of my son.
No. Yeah, I think that kind of answers that. This next question is from Ben Miller with Squachin. Last week I didn't play his question. That was my bad. Sorry about that, Ben. Here's your question this week.
Hey guys, it's Ben from Squachin Woodworks. So my question is, other than pencils, tape measures, and Dan's 28.33333 repeating routers, are there any power tools, hand tools, anything like that you guys keep multiples of? Like, for example, I keep one bit that I use almost every day in one impact, and the other one I switch bits around as I need them. So do you guys have anything like that in your shops? Thanks.
Dunlap.
Obviously, since you have multiple bits, it makes sense to keep multiple impact drivers, multiple drills. I think you don't realize how important that is until you have multiples of those. It's so nice. And it's also nice to keep multiple sanders. And I keep multiple sanders with different grits, and I use them for different things. And I keep multiple I just lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
I keep
Circular saws?
Yes.
Dust collectors.
Fan saws?
Well, I'm not Mike Coffey. I don't have multiple band saws.
And dust collectors.
I only have one dust collector.
No, but Mike has 2.
I thought he had like 3 at this point. Anyway,
Down in a couple shops.
now that we're talking about Mike, why don't we pitch it to Mike? Mike, what do you keep?
I think having multiple trim routers is really good because you can keep like the bits you use a lot on there.
I
And
mean,
they're-
he said not to mention Dan's router, so I didn't.
Oh, did he really?
Well,
I don't
routers are
care
kind of an-
because that's an answer I'm going to give.
Yeah.
I
but
could have gave that answer.
Yeah, trim routers. I think it's cool to have like a chamfer and a roundover on one. I think what Dan? Are you
almost
thinking of
said
chamfer?
No, you almost said tramp router.
Tramp router. No,
Like it.
I think that I really like having 2 bandsaws. It's really nice not having to have a resaw bandsaw and a scroll saw bandsaw. I think it's just really nice to have. You definitely don't need 2 dust collectors, but that's super nice to have because I've got one that's like dedicated to a CNC. I mean, it's kind of different situation. That's not normal for everyone. So, I think multiple impact drivers is a good idea. I only have one now. Got rid of my other set, and I kind of wish I had kept that one. Trying to think what else would be good to have multiples of. I don't know.
Multiple lunas.
Oh, tape measures. I keep tape measures all over the shop. I keep
Actually,
pencils.
that goes without saying.
You
Yeah.
jokingly said circular saws, but I actually have several circular saws.
I do too.
One
I mean,
with a rip
technically, my
blade,
track
one with
saws
a
are.
crosscut blade. Yeah.
I mean, I have 2 track saws and I have 2 circular saws. I have one that's corded and one that's a battery saw that's not a track saw. I don't use those because they're not as nice as my track saws, but I have them. Like actually those ones that the circular saws I have, one of them is a battery operated circ saw. And I just use it for cutting up 2x4s outside when I need to break stuff down real quick. And when I'm building like a foundation, like a form for a foundation or whatever, for like outside work. It's not accurate, but it's great for like something like that. I keep it. I won't get rid of it. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to look around my shop and try to think of things, even though I'm doing that right now. But yeah. Oh, sanders. I have a lot of sanders. The reason is, I mean, Dan already said that, but I have a lot of sanders. The reason I would not need them, except that my wife actually enjoys sanding and actually comes out and helps me sand on a lot of projects. And it's actually really nice. It's time we get to spend together in the evenings at the end of my shop. She gets them doing whatever she does. Who knows?
And then the love of sanding.
It's the worst, but we get to do it together. I'll break out a Merca and she'll break out a Merca or whatever. I got some festivals too, but I mean, we'll have them out there and we'll sand together. It's really nice. I have a couple of multiples of sanders and we get to do that together. It's nice. So those are nice in that situation, but not a lot of people have that situation where their spouse or significant other comes out to the shop. So, in our situation, it's nice to have multiple nice sanders. So
I'll take that as a no.
Pete, what about you?
Well,
What about 3D printers?
Yeah, multiple 3D printers. I only have 2 right now. 2 more coming. I know I look very poor right now.
You're 3D printer poor.
Yeah. So you guys took my answer, which was sanders. I firmly believe now in like not only just multiple sanders, but you got to start paying attention to the types, because I can now very distinctly feel the difference between like because I have the two the two Mercas, the Daros and the Dios, and a 3mm stroke and a 5mm stroke. Like the finish standard at 3mm is actually a huge difference. Like
It is huge.
that thing keeps just high grits on it, and the other one keeps the low grits on it. And then I also have I thought I was gonna sell my old. We all have that like that entry level Bosch or
Kobe,
DeWalt.
that went in the trash as soon as I got the Mercas in the festival.
So I kept it.
I want to add something to that. I'm sorry, Pete.
You go for it.
But the vibration and the amazingness of those sanders, I literally showed 3 different people locally, and I let them use my sander.
Anytime
And
anyone used the Merca,
they bought them on the spot 3 times this week.
Yep.
3.
I had a couple people
3 sales
they
to
do
Rusty
try it
over
out
at
and they'd be
Macbeth.
like, huh, where do I get one? Like here's.
Yep. It's crazy.
But I did keep
Where
my,
do you get
like,
one?
Macbeth.
Oh, you can get at Macbeth.
Of course.
And they'll ship it to you. Yeah, that's right.
That was
the
smooth,
other
guys.
one I did
You're
keep
welcome.
that
Even though that
that
was
cheap
Dan.
DeWalt in there, but like that's mainly used for like garbage sanding. Like I have to sand this
Pete,
like.
Can I give you an idea on it?
Yeah.
And I kind of wish I had kept my garbage Bosch. This was an idea given to me by Ty. If you're using Odie's often, you actually can put the white pad
use
underneath
it
there
as
to
a-
apply the Odie's,
Applied Odie's.
or you
I've
can use
seen
it as a
people
buffing.
change as a buffer. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
people change the heads on it. I was just gonna go to Harbor Freight even and just get like a 7-inch like a buffing thing for like
And
tops.
Dan
and-
has to say this. He's chomping at the
I
bit.
got something else.
Go ahead. What you got, Dan? What you got?
So years ago, I bought like this mouse shaped sander from Menards. It's like the brand is like Tool Shop. It's just a terrible brand.
Sounds good.
It's so vibrating.
4.7 millimeter stroke.
It's probably got like a
12mm
15 millimeter stroke. It's
12.
ridiculous. But I've kept it all these years, and it came in handy last night because the HEPA filter on my Laguna P-Flux 1 clogged up. And I took that sander, I took the sandpaper off, and I used it to vibrate the inside, and it knocked all the sawdust out of it because it was so vibrating. Anyway, I really should have done like a story or a video of that. Anyways, I'm sorry.
Dan's hot
Go
tip.
Nope. Dan, that's
Don't
actually,
get rid of those vibrating sanders. They might come in handy.
Dan, fun fact, I use my DeWalt orbital sander to when I pour a deeper epoxy pour or a larger one, it gets the bubbles out. It vibrates the table, it gets all the bubbles out.
Yeah.
Smart.
So that's another thing that you can use. But I would
Pete's hot tip.
Hey.
Pete
Come
slash
on.
Dan's hot tip.
Patent pending.
Pete and Dan both hot tips.
No.
Meeting and becoming
Nope.
one hot tip.
Nope.
Anyway,
Oh.
Jake was right.
Jake
The
was
other
not
thing is
right.
obviously tape measures. Yes, I have the 12-foot tape measures all over my shop because that's
Flex.
just the perfect length for the shop. Because I mean, when are you measuring more than that?
I got a bunch of 8-inch tape measures.
8-inch tape measure. Aside from that, push sticks. I think I see some
Yes.
people using like the OG ones that come with your table saw. Take that thing and throw it in a trash.
Yes.
Make one out of hardwood.
They're like 7 feet long, and you're just
You're
like,
just, like, I'm sorry. How is that applying any pressure? You're just pushing. It's not applying any pressure on the top, right? It's not giving any
you need
control.
2. One from 7 feet from the left, and then one from 7 feet from the back,
But, like,
and then
I'm all about push sticks. I think, whether you have like the micro jig one or one of mine, or just like a hand cut one or
I got both.
CNC'd, whatever.
Push stick rich.
If you're doing a shallow cut or deep cut, whatever, I see
stick
sometimes people
welding.
like literally cutting
Show
through
title.
push sticks. I'm like, make another one. Make one out of 1/4-inch ply. So I highly recommend making custom push sticks, different thicknesses, all about that girth.
Fish
Anyways,
sticks.
move on to the next one. Fish
All right.
sticks.
Fish sticks. The next question is from Kevin with Lefty's Woodshop. We all love him. We all technically own him.
Hey guys, Kevin from Lefty's Woodshop here. I have a question about content creation. Do you think it's best to do a consistent project on your feed or posts and let people see the completed steps you took, or just take a step from the process and put that up for content? And then I guess the follow up to that would be, do you find that voiceover videos go better for you, or just put something on? I know you could just, have a nice stroke and paint a wall and hit 1 million, or have a cabinet not fit under something. And I have plenty of that footage. So I'm just curious, guys. Love the show. And I will talk to you later. Thanks.
Thanks, Kevin. Pete.
So I'm gonna answer the last question first. The voiceover thing, I don't know how it all started. I'm not feeling it. That's just my personal thing. I don't think it does anything extra. A lot of people are scrolling without sound, and if they are scrolling with sound, like, I don't need a story told. I like it visually told. That's just my 2 cents.
And you're correct.
It's kind of a turn off for me. I don't know. I don't think it's the new hot thing.
It's a no for me, dog.
It's a no for me, dog. As far as the staying consistent, I actually don't post a lot of finished shots. I love the process. I'm obsessed with the process. I love jigs, the process, figuring things out, using different tools in different ways, figuring out to use a tool in a unique way. I'm all about that. And most of my feed is me working on projects. I rarely post like finished shots, because that's not what I'm excited about. I love watching a finished project, but I'm just excited about the next thing and working on something else. Like, I love the process. So for me, it's that. And I think you use the word in there, which is consistent. You just have to be consistent. You don't have to be all finished projects or worry about, oh, I'm doing too many project shots. Like, if it's a big project, Mike did like a ton of content around that redwood bench, like tons of stories, and it was great for him. And then he posted the finished shots. Like, it's all great content.
And it bombed.
It's fine. But you have to consistently put something out, and you just don't want to go like, you're making and like, look at me, like I'm cooking today or whatever, or like you're always sanding, you're doing different sanding videos, and then you're like posting like finished furniture. Like, I didn't see how you made this. Did you make this? Why are you posting this piece of furniture? I saw none of this being made in your shop. So stay consistent, tell a story. That's all I'm going to say. Dan, since you're also in a 1 million club, why don't you answer next?
Why not both? I mean, why can't you do process and finish shots?
Yeah.
I think people love to see behind the scenes, and then the finish shots give you a nice wrap up when it's done, and people get to see what you created. That's what I do, and it's been working great. What was the other question?
How do you feel about the voiceover thing?
Oh, I think it depends on the platform, really. I agree with Pete and Mike. I don't think it goes over well on IG, mainly because by default the sound is off, and people tend to stick with that. I know I do. But if you go over to TikTok, I think it works well. It depends on the platform. Obviously, voiceover is going to do great on YouTube because that is a audio visual platform. So it really depends on the platform. That's my answer. Mike.
I mean, you guys answered everything. I agree.
Dittos.
Yep. Giveaway
already?
Yeah.
All right.
Giveaway o'clock.
So last week we gave away a Mixall Liberon package, and that winner was Patrick Hamill. I've already reached out to him. He's already responded. He's going to get his package. And the Macbeth giveaway for last week was a Type-On 3-gallon and a pump to go along with it. And that was Mike Phillips from the Otter Mill. Congratulations.
Rigged.
It's weird. He won and he only entered. That's all you have to do. We had some people suggest that
he won the giveaway
so
and our hearts.
Some people were upset that they did not
So
win
weird.
any of the giveaways without entering. Ugh.
I know. I mean,
We just choose names out of the phone book.
it's just so odd that he happened to be in the chat in the pre-show, even though we
Actually,
chose his name out
I
of
feel
a
like
phone
a
book.
bunch
It
of the
was so
winners
weird.
have been, because that's where the cool kids hang out.
Sure.
Rigged.
We're not saying it's rigged, but if you're in that chat, it's very likely you'll hear your name if you're in a chat.
So, gentlemen,
True.
calm down.
say that.
You'll hear your name live if you're in a chat.
Yeah,
That's
you're
all I
sure
said.
you will. You're right. You'll hear your name live if you're in
That's all I
chat.
said.
That's true. Yeah.
If you say things
That's right,
witty
you're
in the
right.
chat. We have 2 giveaways yet
Things
again.
witty.
We have 2 giveaways.
Well said, Dan. Say things witty. Sorry.
We're gonna get through this, I promise.
We got this together.
This week
It's a
we have
village.
2 giveaways yet again. We're gonna be doing 2 giveaways from now until the end of the year. Yes.
Woo woo. Yeah, we are.
All
Which I
right.
believe is just next episode, right? Oh no, there's 2. There's 2.
Is there 2?
I think
yeah,
so,
there's
right?
2. There's 2.
Your contract is through the end of the year. Yes.
Oh no,
Mm.
there's just one more. Next week is it.
No, 20. You know,
I don't
well,
believe that's how
31st
math
is a Thursday.
and then you are.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a podcast on the 1st. I'm going to get lit on the 31st. Anyways,
Oh, so
we'll talk
every
about that. We'll talk about
podcast?
that. Yeah. All right.
It's like that contract is up for negotiation.
Well, all right. Back to business, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 giveaways this week. One is sponsored by us, gentlemen.
The AWP podcast.
The AWP podcast. We're going to give away a
Those guys
hoodie.
are great. Check them out.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
winner gets an AWP podcast hoodie. I just like
I
saying
mean, that's a
AWP
pretty slick
podcast.
deal. It's going to be just like this hoodie that I'm wearing if you're watching the video, or like Mike's wearing if you're watching the video.
But it's
Except
gonna
it won't say
AWP.
these things. I'm grabbing the wrong breast.
I don't order one of those and ship it to my house so we have it for the next show.
It'll say AWP or whatever we put on there.
Whatever thing.
You're not going to complain because it's a free hoodie. That
Someone will find a way, Dan.
that code phrase is going to be tramp router. Don't make fun
Oh,
of me.
but where do they need to send it? Did you already say that?
I haven't got there yet.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you
On
where
the
you
edge of
need
my
to send
seat.
it. We're not doing IG DMs anymore. No, friends. You
That's
have
for
to send
babies.
you
Yeah.
have to send your entries. You got to send the code phrase to us at our newly established giveaway email, which is awpgiveaway@gmail.com. And if you need a nice clickable link or something to copy and paste, my man Pete over there, he's going to put it in the show notes.
I am now.
awpgiveaway@gmail.com. And the code phrase, once again, for the hoodie was tramp router.
And that is a $35 value.
Oof. Nice. Is
Yeah.
it $35?
Yeah.
I'm
Looks like it.
overcharging for my hoodies. I got them listed at $3,800. Are we gonna? You want to roll right into the Macbeth giveaway? Should we do that?
Isn't that what we do?
I don't know.
Didn't you already do that? No, you didn't.
No.
That was just the AWP one. Go.
Yeah,
Go.
that was a long spiel for
just
the AWP
Keep
hoodie.
drinking, buddy.
I haven't had a drink in a while.
Nice.
Mike's sobering up. I don't like when he's sober.
Macbeth.
He gets extra
Macbeth has
nice.
been our sponsor for giveaways for 27 weeks.
Booyah.
Thank you, Macbeth.
crazy.
We love you. We love you long time. So this week they're giving away the Amana RC 2241, which is a mini insert spoil board bit.
It's dope. I
You
love
guys,
that bit.
That has a value of $147.
So nice.
I think that's our
Crazy.
highest priced giveaway item thus
It's
far
crazy
from
nice.
Macbeth.
Like seriously,
roughly-
like the finish it leaves
That's
is
5
ridiculous.
AWP sweatshirts.
And if I'm not correct, somebody should correct me. You don't have to have a CNC to use that. You can technically put
it-
that in a router.
It is a slab.
Not a trim
flattening.
router.
You can
Not
use
a
it for
trim router. That is a
rabbets.
half-inch
Yeah,
shank
half-inch
bit.
shank.
That'd
You
be a
can use
nightmare in a
it
trim
as
router.
Don't
a
put that in a
rabbit
trim router.
thing or
That's a
flattening.
man's
Yeah,
router
it's great.
bit.
That's pretty sexist.
That's a big boy router
That's a
bit. Is that-
human's router bit.
We saying
Okay.
little boys can't use it.
Ah, don't say
Whatever.
that. Don't say
That's.
that.
I feel weird and uncomfortable now.
Yeah.
Okay, we need a.
Whenever-
We need a.
It's the router bit for everyone.
for human beings.
We need a code phrase now.
You're on the
Code
spot.
phrase is push stick rich. I like that.
Not our best week for code phrases.
we blew our code phrase load in the pre-show. You should have been there.
Oof.
Was that bad? Code
That's-
phrase
I was
load?
wearing my mask, so it didn't
Big
get in my
thank
face.
you to our sponsor.
So the code phrase for Macbeth is push stick rich. Send that to us at our newly established giveaway email, awpgiveaway@gmail.com.
Booyah.
Rippity wrap that up. Back to the show.
All right.
Wait.
what's next?
No, I'm gonna stop the show.
We're at 55
Great.
minutes, Pete. This better be really good.
All
just
right.
joking.
Well, I'm sorry. All right. This is kind of stupid. It's
I'm gonna
very
dock your
selfish of
pay.
me to mention this, but Mike Coffey and Jonathan Katz-Moses are doing a giveaway for charity.
That's true.
And I'm
Raffle.
It's a raffle.
It's a
not
raffle. I'm sorry.
giveaway.
It's a raffle. You can enter and you can win one of Coffee Custom Build custom trays. Would you say board tray?
It's a charcuterie board.
a
It's got
charcuterie
handles.
board.
And
It's a plank. It's
Yeah.
a plank with
Plank.
handles.
It's like a
So-
a swing seat. What was that joke?
It's a
Recess not a hole.
recess knot hole swing seat with handles.
I did 2 recess knot holes for the feet, or 4 recess knot holes for the
Yeah.
feet, and no, yeah, it's just a big 16 by 36 charcuterie board. It's just a huge board.
Mike, where does the money go? If you could tell us.
It goes to the Woodworkers with Disabilities Fund, founded by Jonathan Katz-Moses. I reached out to him and I said, hey, I want to do another raffle again this year, raise some money for a good thing. And he's got his good thing, which is the Woodworkers with Disabilities Fund. So he was kind enough to host it on his website, and all that money, all the money from the raffle will be going to that. And then whoever wins will be getting the charcuterie board. So,
And it's going to get personal engraving.
yeah, personal engraving, however you want. I can do the laser, I can do the CNC, whatever you want. We'll work it out after the first of the year. It's going through next Thursday. I actually should probably start pushing that pretty good. Probably should call out on that really bad. So we got to get those numbers. We got to pump those numbers. We got to get those numbers in there. We got to get money
Rookie
for,
numbers.
Yeah, these are rookie
Hope you
numbers.
didn't
Always
mind
be
me just
closing.
like hijacking the podcast for a second for you.
No, I
I
appreciate
just
you
saw
doing
it in
that.
my
I would've
notes. I'm
totally
like,
forgotten.
oh, we did not mention this. This is
Yeah, no,
important.
thank you. I appreciate that, Pete.
Yeah.
I actually haven't pushed that at all this week. So I
That's
kind of
good.
figured that I was going to really push it next week when everyone's kind of home with their families around the holidays. People get really generous. So really hoping to raise a lot of money there. I get nothing out of it. There's really nothing I get out of
Really
it.
not. Matter of fact,
There's-
you lose money. You're making
I'm
it
100%
free.
the money's out of pocket for the whole thing.
It's
So
a donation. It's great.
yeah, it's literally a donation for Coffee Custom Build. So I'm not trying to, nothing for me. I really want to help a good cause. So
And it's a 503c charity, which means you can write off your donation, I believe, or your write-off.
100%.
501
you can write off.
3C.
Yep, 100%.
Yep. There you go.
So
Can I
Back
put
to
my
questions.
my OnlyFans account now? Can I do that?
yes, Dirty Dunlap Woodworks.
Nailed it.
Is that it?
That's it.
Now we're gonna go into some
Okay.
questions.
Yeah, let's
This
let's
next
do that.
question is from Aaron with Ingrained, I believe is what it is. I might have missed it, but
Ingrained in wood.
Hey guys, it's Aaron. I know too many A's with ingrained in wood. I'm getting ready to
wrong.
redo my shop after January here. And just kind of curious, I'm going to do French cleats. What do you guys space them out at? As far as vertically, each cleat going across your wall. I got to get some different organization here in this shop. Thanks a lot, fellas. Have a good one.
there is no universal French cleat spacing that you need to follow. It's whatever you want it to be. But I always do 5 inches for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's just kind of something I do. Dan?
I don't have a dedicated French cleat wall. I have like one giant French cleat on my back wall
Just
that
a
holds
single one running.
just a single French cleat. that
literally
holds all
one.
my clamps. So
You're laughing, Pete. That's what it is.
Mike's been there. He's seen it. He's seen my.
Oh, I've seen it.
He's seen my French cleat in all its glory.
I've seen Dunlap. Okay, episode 41, Dunlap's French cleat.
Paint me like one of your French cleat girls.
Be like one of your French cleats.
No, I don't have an answer for you, Aaron. I wish I did. I'm gonna maybe if I ever build a French cleat wall, I'll take some pointers from Mike and Pete. Pete, what you got?
So the first French cleat wall I built was, I think, 6 inches apart or something like that. And that just was too big. It was a big waste of space, but you also don't want to go too tight because just waste of cleats and you're not going to be able to fit that much stuff on there. But
So tight.
one of the tallest tools that I'm putting up on my French cleat wall happened to be my the holders that
Your
hold
Fred Durst.
my Fred
picture.
Durst,
Biggest tool.
my custom Fred
you
Durst
watch your mouth.
hand planes, Fred Durst hand planes. It's and basically I want it on the old wall. They went up right up flat up against the wall. On a new one, I dropped it to Mike recommended 5. I think I ended up going with 4 3/4 because I just wanted to one up or one down him in this case.
Mr. One Downer.
One downer.
1-to-1 down.
I'll show Coffey. I'm going smaller.
I'll show him. But it ended up working out really well because a lot of the tool holders I already had when I moved it over, they bumped up right up against the next French cleat up or down, instead of being kind of recessed up against the wall. So look at the tools you have and think of the holders you're going to make, but you're probably going to be in the 4.5 to 5 inch range. That seems to be the sweet spot with a lot of
Anywhere
people.
from 1 to 8 inches.
1 to 8 inches, but
You sound
mainly
like
in
a
the center around
meteorologist here,
4.5 to, or in New Jersey, anywhere from 6 inches to 18 inches and above. What does that mean? What does that
It
mean?
means more than 5. Come on.
I'm going to meet a nice guy at the club tonight, anywhere from 6 inches to 18 inches and up.
Oh, God.
Is that
I don't even know what that means.
You know what that means.
When
I don't know what that means.
man loves a
I've never been to these New
man.
Jersey clubs. I don't know what this means.
Okay, well, this next question is from Josh the dad. He has a question about air quality.
Hey guys, it's Josh the Dad. Yep, Josh the Dad, one of the big IG. Coming at you with a question. Something about woodworking. Anyways, Pete, I just want to say thanks. Man, I am so excited that you have me on the list to be a guest on the show. I had no idea. Or am I looking at it as I'm one step above Barbara? Anyways, so my question this week has to do with air quality in the shop. Now, I know you've talked at length about dust collection and whatnot, but I see these magical boxes hanging in different photos and things on Instagram and in stories, and so I started looking into them. And so it's an air filtration thing. Now, I never thought about anything like that, but when should a woodworker look into doing something like an air filtration system or a workbench top air filtration deal, or maybe even just a downdraft dust collector thingy for sanding? You know, when is it that you should do that? Because I'm looking at my shop right now. I just got done sanding, and now I have to dust. Okay, have a good one.
I'll jump on this one real quick. I've got 2. I've got one above my CNC. Well, my first one was above my workbench, my torsion box bench, and my thought was, I sand there a lot.
Right?
Yeah, air scrubbers. Sorry, my air scrubbers. I have one above my workbench, and my thought was I'm going to be sanding a lot, and that's going to be where the most dangerous dust is going to be from. So I'm going to have this air scrubber above it because those particulates like to go up pretty quick. So that thing will create a flow of air and pull it up there. Well, I mean, the Merca is not really an issue with that, but you still do want to have as much filtration as you can. So I have it kind of positioned in a spot above my workbench where it kind of pulls everything towards it. And I can really, if I'm hand sanding, I can see the dust going right up there. Those things move a lot of air. I mean, I think at full clip, it's like 1250 CFMs it's moving, which is a lot. So I can see it making an air current and pulling stuff up there. So I like to keep those on whenever I've got stuff. Now it's kind of in a good spot because I have the laser. The laser kind of gets stinky when you're cutting some woods. It gets pretty stinky with some things. It smells like burning. And that reminds me of that meme from The Simpsons where it's Ralph and he eats those berries and he says it tastes like burning. But but yeah, that thing will actually help clear up some of the stinky stuff you got to do in the shop, like any of the finishes that have high VOC, which Dan knows what that stands for. So we're into that stuff. It helps clean vesticular, ocular, cracular, as everyone knows.
VOC, she's like in the Senate or something, right?
Oh man. Jeez. Low key, great joke. So, and then I've got one above my CNC. You kind of want to get them where they're going to pick up the really dangerous stuff out of the air. And my thought above the CNC was, I got a CNC. I'm going to be CNCing a lot of MDF, which I've done very little of, but it isn't a good spot for that. When I do CNC MDF, it really pulls because MDF's so messy. I mean, it's just really gross stuff. So anyway, long story. They're fantastic for cleaning out a shop. One second, Dan. One thing that did happen is one time my cousin
in band camp,
he put the hose. Before I had my nicer extractors, I had a vacuum, a really just garbage shop vac I got from Home Depot that was like, it's like $20 or whatever, and it was like gray and yellow. Well, there was an out hose and an in hose, and my cousin disconnected the in and accidentally plugged it to the out, and we fired it up, and it blew into the sander and just put like a bomb went off in the shop. There was just dust all over the shop, and fired up the scrubber, cleared out the whole shop in like 20-30 seconds. It's really quick how fast they can clear out the shop. So they're good for things like that. Anyway, Dan.
What I wanted to say was, Josh's question was, when should he start thinking about stuff like that?
Immediately.
Speaking of when,
it's really,
they make a scrubber, right?
Yeah.
Wind does make a scrubber, actually. And as much as I like to give crap to Win about their littlest drill press, that Wind scrubber is pretty great from everything I've read. I don't have one in my shop.
I've heard quite the opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
There's a guy who I know who, well, I mean, you know, it's going to work better than nothing, I assume, but there's a guy who I talked to.
Which is what I have.
What?
I don't have an air scrubber.
Oh,
I know. You're shocked. You're shocked.
Everyone's shocked. Yeah. What the heck? Dan doesn't have quality control for his air in his shop. It's crazy. No, the guy had one and he was using one of those for years. And then he ended up developing some like buildup in his lungs. And he thought that was going to cover him. That's not necessarily, it could have been anything, I guess. I'm not going to throw an indictment on Win over that. So that could have been other stuff. So, but he feels that thing, anecdotally speaking, he specifically said he
Stop
didn't
it with
feel
the
it was
calendar words.
Primate is the word of the day tomorrow. So no,
that reminds me, we didn't have a Polish word of the day in the pre-show.
Oh, I slipped up. I'll
Primate
have
made
two
you
next
think of
week. I'll have holiday themed.
No, you said word of the day.
Oh,
well, actually, Polish.
Dan, sorry, I totally co-opted your thing. Good. Sorry.
No, I don't have anything to add. I don't have an air scrubber, but I will agree with probably start thinking about that day one. I mean, I still think about it, but I haven't done anything about it. But I probably should.
The Win will definitely be better than zero. I made one before. Is what I had made one out of a box fan.
I have a homemade one. I open up my garage door. I put a fan in front of the garage door and I blow it out. Yeah. I mean,
Pete, I know what Pete's got.
Better than none.
What do I got?
Delta triangle.
That Delta, like
the hood,
light force Illuminati thing.
How crazy is that? They made it in a triangle shape. It's insanity. It's literally insane. Why would you make a tool that's triangle shaped? But yes, I have the Delta
Speed Square.
Hey, well, calm down.
It's the miter of dust scrubbers.
It is a funky shape, but I gotta say it like we said.
I don't know why it wouldn't work well.
Any dust collection is good dust any air scrubbing system is
anything's better than nothing.
Absolutely. And this thing, not only does it just do a good job of collecting, it just pushes air, moves air around the shop, and it forces things to get caught in filters anyways. Even the one that Mike made a while back, I've had one that literally at one point I just had a string tied around a filter that was attached to a box fan, and it worked. That was it. There was no fancy box or anything. It just, I got lazy and that's what I made and it worked fine. But you have to think of it as different categories of air filtration. Dust collection at the point is the most important one. One of the last things you should consider, I think, is the stuff in the air. Not that it's not important, it's very important, but you need to be thinking about right at the tool. You need to be thinking about that thing not getting into your lungs, like right off of the wood. You're cutting, sanding, whatever, it's going right into some kind of filtration system, whether that's a little shop vac dust extractor, a downdraft table, a mask. That's very important, and that probably does more.
Any brand you recommend of masks?
I would.
No.
I'm gonna check out now.
I have one.
That's fine.
Hit up
Show notes.
Eric Yoakum. I'm gonna give him a shout out. Hit up Eric Yoakum. He made our masks, AWP masks. And I just got a bunch branded with my thing, and they're super comfortable.
I don't think Pete remembers the joke.
No, he does. He's doing a good job keeping it above board. I want to say, I will say, air scrubbers are an extremely simple technology. It's a fan blowing out and a filter
You
catching
can
the
make
crap.
one super cheap.
So I think I'm going to take back my statement about the win. That's my personal bias coming in there, I would say. Basically, anytime anyone says, should I buy this wind tool? I immediately say no, because they're just absolutely just garbage tools. But
Drill
the
press
bottom line
nice.
is a win air scrubber is better than zero air scrubbers. So I redact my statement about that. So, and then I will say one thing, Pete, I don't know that I agree with you about the airborne stuff, because I feel like that's the most dangerous stuff. If it's that small and floating in the air, it's pretty dangerous. I mean, you definitely, I agree with you that at the tool, dangerous. It needs to be the most, it needs to be there. I agree with you 100% with that.
I'm just thinking of progression of like when you're starting out,
you're right.
Not thinking of getting an air scrubber.
No, you're right.
Out of the
you're
gate.
right. You don't get that before a good extractor.
Yeah, it's usually like a good shop vac or a downdraft table.
I agree with you on that. I think once you've spent money on the extractor, agreed 100%. I take that back. I agree with you. So I think that's good. It's really important to invest in dust collection. It really is. It will kill you. I mean, it will.
Yeah.
It's not like a joke or like an anecdotal like statement. It can kill you. Like that stuff's bad. Like you don't want that in your system. Our bodies are not made to have like a log worth of wood in our lungs. Like you're just gonna get so much over time. It's gonna be bad for you. So
Josh, just make one.
You can. I made one. It worked really good.
It worked fantastic.
It looked like crap, but it worked really good. And Josh, if you want to walk through how I made mine, you reach out to me and we will walk through it. You're like $20 of wood and $20 box fan from the Home Depot.
A little bit of string and a filter and a fan. That's it.
Yep. Or you can duct tape a filter to a fan.
Yeah. The Polish method.
Hey!
Worked for World War II.
And then the next question is also from Adrienne. Kind of. It's Adrienne and one of her
straight from Disney.
Before you play this,
oh god,
is this gonna get us sued?
Like
by any sort of like large conglomerate corporation that owns like everything?
Yeah, Epcot Center is going to be real upset.
I don't know that the impression is solid enough, or I think we can all agree this isn't a benefit for us. So I don't think.
I see. She did do a pretty fire, haha, in there, so that was like pretty spot on.
Okay, here we go. Last episode.
Hey guys, it's Mickey here, and my question for you guys this week would be, how do you guys push your content without being too annoying? Alrighty, I would just like to give you guys a great shout out and a great job,
Good God, Adrienne. I want to throw this to Pete.
I hate that it's a good question asked like that. Like, I told you it was pretty spot on. I'm just thinking of like South Park. I mean, listen, I hate this phrase, but I'm part of it now and I have to just acknowledge it. We're content creators. The reason I hate the phrase is because I grew up with content creators just being random a-holes on the internet, just posing with products and pushing them down our throats. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to be that influencer that you're just like, oh, you should try this shake. It like totally clears my like bowels, whatever. Like that, it's all crap. Like, and
what
sometimes
social media networks are you on?
Instagram. We're in a very fortunate community in woodworking, but most of Instagram, not most, but like a good chunk of Instagram is influencers kind of pushing products.
Yeah, you're right, I guess.
We are I know that between the three of us, we are very careful and we curate what we push. I don't even want to say push, what we promote on Instagram. We're very careful.
Who I work with.
Yeah, like who we work with. Like I have a very firm thing that I lay out right in the beginning. If I start talking to a brand, and I know all of you guys have something in a
is it plastic? Thing. Will it measure contours? If not, I'm not working with you.
Oh, every week, and they're all different but the same. It's so annoying. Anyways,
do I have to leave you an Amazon review to get one for free?
Jesus, we all know what we're talking about right now, and they're getting annoying. And stop it if you're listening. They're not listening, but we genuinely try to push products that we believe in, we like, we use, and usually we all have kind of the similar rule of if I have nothing nice to say, I'm not going to promote it. I'm not going to talk about it good or bad. You're just not going to hear about it. It's just going to
Mhm.
fade away. Whether it's a saw or a saw or a saw, we're just not going to talk about it. You guys will get that. Okay.
I understand.
Yes. So I think that's kind of what you want to do. You never want to push something down. You want to build a genuine.
I don't think that's what her question was.
But her question was like not to be too
Pushing your
annoying. It's like
content.
we don't want to be. Well, like I guess it's just. Well, I'm thinking of content as like because the content you don't have to push down throats. It's more just the stuff you promote. In a way, that's kind of the way I took it. Like because the content just happens. Like I mean, obviously you don't want to flood your feed with the same exact thing, but a lot of us talk about brands and the tools we use, and you just have to be careful not to shove it down people's throats and then not use it. Mike,
is that what Dan's doing? Okay,
I guess
I didn't take it that way. I kind of think she meant like, how do you like push your brand, not other brands, without being annoying? That's kind of how I took it.
Don't get in people's faces.
No, my brand is not other people's brand. It's different. It's like I disagree, but I also don't understand her question, because I don't feel like there should be a situation where you're jamming anything down anyone's throat with whether it's your content or anyone, a promotion or a paid promotion thing. So Pete's right on that front for sure. Like I didn't take it as like, how do you do content creation for brands? I took it as like, how do you do content creation for yourself and represent yourself? And I don't really know how to be like, how you can be annoying and over the top. I think if you're spam mentioning people a lot, and I'm actually not literally not thinking of anyone, because I can't think of anyone who I deal with that does that. But I think if you're like spam mentioning accounts, trying so hard to get a reshare in a story, that gets annoying. And I really don't actually run into that very often, but this is just an example that I'm thinking of. Is, you're really trying to like tag accounts and get like you're trying to like glom on to someone else. I think that is very transparent to a lot of people, when there's like no real relationship there. I mean, if there's like a relationship there, like you guys have a shared interest or a common thing, like we get to interact. Me, Pete, Dan are very, very lucky to interact with a lot of listeners of the show. I'm very much not talking about that. I want to make very clear that when you guys tag us and there's some like inside joke from the episode or something like that, we know what you're doing. You guys are making a joke about the show, and we love that. That's not what I'm saying. It really means something to us. Like that you guys would put the podcast or a joke from the show in your stories. That means a lot. There are, I think I'm trying to think of an example of it, because there's not really a good example, but I think if you're just being really annoying on social media and tagging people and really just really aggressively going after stuff and glomming on. I can think of an example, but I can't say it because I don't want to have to deal with the drama. But there's people who will force themselves into people's lives or their online community or their online presence, and they're like a cancer. And they'll just like force themselves into people and they'll like try to make their identity part of that person's identity. That's bad.
Well, Mike,
you're talking about me. Are you talking about me?
No. Mike, if I can use
never mind.
If I can use Mike as an example, and I mean this genuinely, like you post consistently at least once a day. So every single day you're throwing out yourself out there, and you do at the minimum 15 stories a day at the minimum. I know, because I do a lot as well. And
I didn't look at it from that side. You're right. Yes.
And none of it ever feels like you're shoving it down our throats. It's just you're sharing your day.
Right. That's a good perspective, Pete. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
It doesn't feel like, sometimes it's like, you'll talk a lot about a product or something, and then you very clearly like state like this isn't like an ad. I'm like, you see me use this every week.
Right.
And it
I was thinking about how to not do it wrong. You're right. You should say we should say how you do it right. And that is what it's that. I mean, you should post and try to engage with people in not an annoying way, and do stories, and don't send texts when I'm talking.
I'm reading text while you're talking.
No, it keeps going off. No, that's the stuff you need to do. You need to be, you need to in all things offer a value to people.
Yeah.
And it could be as simple as it goes back to what we were just saying earlier about satisfying videos and making posts. If you consistently offer satisfying videos or a helpful tip or something funny, or you're open to share a mistake in your process. Yeah, I mean, Dan's biggest video is it's staged because it wasn't like totally candid, but Dan staged it well.
Genuine one was profanity laced.
Yeah, you can't. He would have been the FCC would have been at his house. No, it was it was funny. It was good. It was a good video. It was satisfying. There was a resolution, blah, blah, blah. It was all the things. It ticked all the boxes. You just do it regularly. You just don't jam it down people's face. And here's the bottom line. There's nothing you can ever do to make your post do well, except for make good content. That's all you can do. Everything outside of that is just not in your control. It all has to do with a bunch of different things that have no control. You can do a really great video. It'll bomb. You could throw a piece of crap video up and it could blow up. It could hit 1 million views and it's just some dude painting his 70s walls white. And no one
in
can
his
explain.
boxer briefs or whatever.
There's literally not, but literally, like, no joke, like there's nothing you can do. So you just be yourself. And I think being genuine is the most important thing. Like, be you. And when people see someone who's not being them, they see through it really fast and it fails.
Sorry, if just one last thing, like that's the reason I went straight for brand is because that's the only time I see people completely out of their comfort zone, being disingenuine with the community and like trying to push a product they don't believe in because they got it for free. That's the only reason I went straight for brand, because that's the only time I see people be annoying, you could say. Where like
it is annoying. It is annoying when you can tell people aren't comfortable with.
Exactly.
They feel bad that they did it, or they.
That's my last little thing.
Dan.
Sorry, we're kind of.
Oh, is it my turn now? Cool. I
mean, it doesn't have to be.
Thanks for listening, guys.
So yeah, you can totally tell when somebody is out of their zone and they're just pitching a product. And mad respect to those people. Like, they're doing this full time. They got to get paid. You pick up sponsorships. I'm not going to sit here and say that if somebody offered me money to do a thing, I would totally say no just because. But if I could work it into what I naturally do, yes, I will take
That's a guaranteed yes. If someone offers you money where it makes sense in any level with what you're doing,
absolutely
do it.
But work it in naturally.
I everything that I share, everything is stuff that I'm doing right then and there. I don't go out to my shop just to make a post.
Yeah.
I don't go out there and grab a board and make a cut on my miter saw just to make a post on Instagram and call it a day. If I'm not making a post, I'm not in my shop. And I think Mike is the one who said this. If you're not genuine, people will smell that. They will see right through it. Mm-hmm. So that's how I approach that.
Here's something I'll add on to that, if you don't mind. My posts this week have been like, I did like a flashback Friday, a throwback Thursday. I'm just doing cutting boards. I don't even want to share that stuff. It's so boring. Like, who cares? Like, you throw a rock.
I haven't been sharing any of mine.
50 cutting board posts. Like,
I'm sharing all my cutting boards. I don't care.
You're doing it in the right way. I mean, it's not normal for you.
That's not your normal thing.
That's not your normal thing. So it's kind of like a twist. Like, for me right now, I just don't want. It's not my normal thing either. But I don't want to share it. Like, I just don't want to share it. I really don't want to share it. For you, you make it work.
Although to take a step back, I will say that I may have been over pushing my Etsy store, but I'm making money there. So
no, dude, you got to use your platform to make some money. I mean, that's what you're here to do. I mean, it's fine. I mean,
I know it's getting a little pushy. I know that.
No, you got to get those numbers. I mean, you're trying to establish a store. You got to get those reviews. It's fine. You have your bully pulpit to do that from. Yeah, there's a line, but I mean, you're not like it's not like you're hawking batteries. You're selling like something that's yours. It's your product.
It's yours. So, you're not pushing another product. Exactly.
I mean, if every single post was like an affiliate link post, that'd be annoying, but you're not doing that.
Like,
So
did you guys have trouble promoting the pod in the beginning?
Nope.
Like,
No,
I was
never had
definitely
trouble
excited about it,
promoting.
but I felt like I felt like I was spamming a little bit, but it was my thing, so I was very excited.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is our thing.
We were excited
no
about it,
problem.
though, I think is the difference. You know,
I have
mean,
no
there's-
problem promoting my thing.
Let me ask you
You can
guys
tell the
this
difference
now.
between someone who's excited about the product and someone who's excited about the paycheck. There's
Yeah.
a difference.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a good way to put it.
So there's when you see someone who's excited by the paycheck and someone who cares about the product, I won't work with a brand unless I'm excited about the thing they have. I just won't. Like if they bring me something, I go, ugh. My immediate, it's no. Like I
No,
don't want
yeah.
anything to do it. Merca, I mean, I'm not going to rattle off the brands I work with, but I'm excited to work with those brands.
We all owned one before we even started working with them. for a
Right.
week.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Now, let me
So,
ask
you know,
guys this quick question.
Just
How
like
do
I
you
was telling you
feel
guys
about-
earlier, Schick Razors reached out to me.
Yeah,
That might be a little inside joke about the fact that I don't have a beard. However, I'm not going to work with them because that doesn't fit what I do. That would just be
doesn't make any sense.
It
And
would
this-
make no sense, and people would see right through that.
It'd probably make a little bit more sense if the money was higher, though. You could probably make it make sense.
I could make
but,
it make sense.
But there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you're
But
a
with
man.
a $25 gift card.
Yeah,
can't
I
make
mean,
it
but
make sense.
if they paid you like $2,500 to do that, you could probably figure out a way to make it make
you
sense.
wouldn't phone it
They
in.
didn't incentivize you. I mean, that's a lot of money. Like, I mean, you're a guy. Everyone shaves.
I could probably do that.
You could make it work. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, you know, at a point, you kind of hit a point where it's like, yeah, I'm trying to pay the bills here. This is the thing I'm trying to do. I don't think you need to necessarily feel bad about that. You know, I think there's brands that I am excited to work, that I would love to work with, that I wouldn't work with if the money wasn't right.
Right.
So it goes
That's
both
right.
ways.
That's a good point. It's
So-
it's a weird line.
Yeah, I mean, there's
it's
that-
not a
there's-
straight line. It's a it's all over the place.
I mean, there's brands I would take less from certain brands to work with them than I would other brands. Like if there's
Because
like a
you're
brand that I'm
excited
kind
about
of
the brand.
yes, because
Yeah.
there's something that, like if there's like a brand that I'm kind of on the fence on, I'm like, here's my really high dollar amount, you know, kind of thing. That's just kind of how it goes, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I mean it's all different situations. So
But I have a real question. How do you guys feel? And this to me is annoying content. When people pay to boost their posts or make them sponsored posts or ads, basically.
I
When
don't
you get
care
a
if someone does that.
sponsor, no, but I'm saying like when
Care
I
less,
get
as long as
those,
it's not
like,
showing up in my feed.
well,
If you're
the
trying
problem
to
with my feed,
sell
I'm
your
just-
woodworking business to a bunch of woodworkers,
It-
I mean,
that's
it's
the part
annoying,
that I
but
found annoying.
it's annoying, but I look at that and go, well, this person clearly has no idea how to make a sponsored post because they're pitching it to the wrong people.
They're pitching to other woodworkers.
Yeah.
Unless they're open to, that's their main account. They use it for everything, whatever.
Yeah, if they want to waste their money, that's fine. I mean, to me, it's a waste of money, but
I-
it doesn't make me go like
that was
"Ugh."
to me
Wait,
one.
you're talking about
early-
paid posts promotions, right? On
paid post
Instagram?
promotions. Yeah, when it comes up as a sponsored, but it's like it's basically somebody promoted their post, but it's like of them doing woodworking.
It's just a
This
regular
was-
post.
Yeah, this was
been
it was a
Yeah, it's just a regular
post.
post. There's no brand paying them, right?
Not
They're
brand paying them. They literally just paid to promote.
I've seen that a few times.
I don't
found
think
that
I have ever
initially-
once seen that in my feed.
I have, and it's initially when it first became a thing, my feed was flooded with them. This is back when, like, a couple months back, when like there was an ad every like 5 to 10 posts. You'd be
Here's
getting
something
an ad.
weird, and I hope it doesn't get ruined. I don't get ads in my feed, and I never have.
Tell me your secrets.
Yeah, what are
I've
your
never
secrets?
gotten ads in my feed ever. I've
definitely-
never had. But if I go to
I've
my
gotten
personal
less
account,
recently.
if I go to my personal account, ads.
Oh,
If I go to the podcast account, ads. If I go to my Coffee Custom Builds account, I don't get ads.
Like sponsored ads.
No ads.
Weird.
That's weird. Yeah,
Watch, I'll do a video and send it to you
definitely
guys.
see less.
Yes,
I'm
please do.
wondering if
No.
it's just like the level of activity
You
it
don't have to
rewards
do it
you
now,
with.
Mike.
No, I'm doing it right now.
No, but
Okay, fine.
that's a good conversation. Like, I wonder if your level of activity rewards you in less ads because you're actually helping the app kind of work. So you're putting in work, so you don't have to.
I don't know. I've
ads.
never since day one have I
But
ever
you're right.
seen.
I do
an
get
ad on
way
here.
more ads on my personal account than I do my pTree's Workshop account.
I get like every 6 posts is an ad on my personal one.
Yeah, it's like aggressive. It was for a while when it first like got pushed out, and they were just, I guess they were trying to figure out the numbers. Every other thing was, I was like hitting high to report for every single ad because they made no sense. And then they allowed people to promote their posts and turn them into ads. And that pretty much, and even if it was people I was following, I was like, no. Scroll past it. I'm done. Like that. I found that annoying personally.
Yeah, I literally don't get them in Coffee Custom Builds feed ever.
So I have an additional question.
Yeah.
How many questions we got left?
0. That's it.
Is that it?
Does
Because
it?
we're at the 1 hour.
Yeah,
30.
we're 1:30. We need to
We
call
are,
this
yeah.
thing. I don't want to talk to you guys anymore.
Sorry.
Big.
But that was a really good question, though.
My
No, it was a
contract is
yeah.
up at 1 hour and 30 minutes. So.
Despite the terrible delivery, that was a really great question, and we really appreciate that. Actually, Adrienne killed it with the questions, and you really didn't need to do the goofy voice.
Just call
You
in.
could have just called in, and we would have
Yeah.
played him because there was really great questions, Adrienne.
I
So
don't
thank
care
you.
what Dan says. We actually we like you. Like,
Why are you
it's
Oh
throwing
man,
me under the bus?
bus driver
like
Pete.
Adrienne.
Yeah, he loves you, Adrienne.
I wish I
And-
could say things out loud right now that I shouldn't. I won't.
Go ahead.
That's for the
Oh.
post show.
Yep.
Yep.
I like you, Adrienne.
StickerBeat. Thank you for sponsoring the show. We really appreciate them. Patrons, you guys are incredible. Thank you so much. Non-patrons, you guys are also really wonderful. We really appreciate you for listening to the show. And for all you who share, you don't need to be a patron to be incredible in our eyes. It just helps us do more with the show. As we more, we're talking about paid promotion and stuff. I mean, as we are able to more. What's up, Dan?
You just reminded me of something that I did this week, something huge that concerns the patrons. I sent out a little treat to every patron we have an address for.
Thank you for doing that, Dan.
I think that's like 105 patrons. We have, I want to say 110,
We have
111 patrons.
As of today,
I'm missing addresses for 5 people. I'm not going to name
Fill them
names
out.
right now.
Fill out your profile.
Yes. Make sure that your profile has your address on it or your shipping info. I don't need
That way we
your
don't have
home
to
address.
ask you ever.
But everybody, by the time you hear this, or maybe a day or two after you hear this, you should get something in the mail from us. And that's just our little way of saying thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for doing that, Dan. And then, yeah, thanks to the patrons. Thanks to everyone who just listens. We really appreciate all of it very much. Thank you to our sponsor. Go give the show a review. Seems like our downloads are ticking back up again, which is really great. We really appreciate that very much. I've got to sneeze.
And join us for the pre-show.
Yeah,
we
join
love
us.
having you guys in there.
Yes.
It's
Good job,
actually a
Pete.
blast. And if you want to get your question answered live, that's where you ask it.
Yeah, for reals. Well,
Yeah.
that's the pre-show is really fun, man. I hope we can get more than
It's
50
It's been
people
getting
in there.
better and better every week.
It does.
And
It's
I
really
mean
fun.
that
I hope-
sincerely.
We had
Hope we can continue to grow that
average
thing.
45 to 50 people there
Yeah.
like the whole time. And it's all the heavy hitters on Instagram. So it's
Heavy
good.
hitter.
Rodriguez, you got Johnny, you got
No, not those guys.
Ashley Harwood. Oh, no.
They're washed out. They're past. The people that really matter. The
Daniel
Abe-
Dunlap
the
Woodworks has
Michaels,
no
the
part of this.
Tommies. I'm just saying generic names that fulfill like a good chunk of our followers.
We have a lot
Bill,
of mics.
John.
This is a real ramble.
I'm telling you,
and
I see
we
our
need-
patrons every week. We have like 9 mics, 8 Johns, and
lazy parents.
we got a lot of mics and
Let's name a
Johns.
mic. We got to get out of here. Let's go. Come on. Get him, slap a mic on him. Let's go. No, big thank you to everyone who listens. Please keep sharing the show. Let's keep the jokes going. We got all these stupid one-liners we do every week. There's like a million a week. It seems like now. It's great.
You
So
can't
big
even
thank you
keep
to everyone.
track.
No, literally cannot keep track of them. So thank you to all you. I guess let's just get out of here quick. I'm tired. Is that it?
I'm
I'm
wide awake.
tired of you
Let's
guys.
get going.
No, we're done.
Oh,
Bye.
you're done? Oh.
Okay. Love you. Bye. Bye.
Love you long time.
Bye.
Kill it.